So we're kids all dressed up to drop off some things. So we're still working on dating for that. So we'll keep looking on our social media, meet up and all that jazz, and we'll get that posted. I also want to let you guys know that Raul, stand up. Raul is working with the Interfaith, yes, Interfaith Council, is that what it is? Yes, here it is. Tonight is one of them, the other one is on the 25th. Showing up and showing your support as the secular community really helps out. So go help. It'll be very interesting talks, so please, if you have any more questions, please talk to Raul. He's going to have the information and the pamphlets afterwards, so go find him. All right, moving on. Oh, and there's Katie. I have to point her out. She is also helping head up the chronic illness group. We're calling it chronic support, by the way, just so you know. Okay, congratulations. So I want to say, Eva, stand up. Eva got her associate's degree in philosophy. She will also be playing with her band, the Dirty Panties, on October 27th at 10 p.m. So please go out and support her. Zach will also be performing there on November 10th, I believe. Yeah, okay, awesome. And then Jane. Jane, she got a promotion, so congratulations. And the quick update, Cassius is doing wonderful. Okay, so today's agenda, we are talking about love without agenda. We all know it's very hard to ask for help, even when we desperately need it. It's often a blow to our egos to let others help fight our battles. It is also hard to offer help in an unpretentious way, or to give only for the sake of the individual in need. Today is a great example of learning to give love with graciousness, and a reminder that we can all offer help while maintaining dignity of those in need. And next up, we have Mr. Kevin, who is obsessed with bacon.
I'm sometimes going by Bacon Kevin, so that there's no brand confusion. As a lot of you guys know, I have been living at the Slammer in Gillette's former house/resort, and trying to maintain it. Well, everything falls apart. There were alarms going off this morning for no reason as I was frantically trying to get the door put back together, and it's a whole thing. But anyways, the reason I'm doing this is because we want to turn it into the world's largest skeptic and atheist community center, so that we can have Sunday assembly events there, we can have all kinds of things there. And before I preempt that too much, I just wanted to introduce it because we're going to do a video that takes a while to actually get to that point.
The United Church of Bacon was established in 2010 to fight for freedom of expression, always providing free wedding services regardless of religious belief or sexual orientation, and supporting other atheist causes. After the Supreme Court ruled same-sex marriage legal nationwide, the church's membership tripled to over 12,000, a major victory for freedom of expression. We still have a long way to go. Atheism is still punishable by death in 13 countries. And Saudi Arabia called for international blasphemy laws that would ban freedom of expression without limits. In India, a man faced indefinite imprisonment for pointing out that an allegedly miraculous crying Jesus statue was actually caused by leaky pipes above it. In response to the murders of some cartoonists who satirized Islam, Pope Francis said that there is a limit to freedom of expression, saying that he punched someone who insulted his mother, adding, "It's normal. You cannot provoke. You cannot make fun of the faith of others." Young people are still being kicked out of their houses and ostracized by their families for coming out as gay or atheist. The UCB founder, John Whiteside, was denied notary recovery services at Wells Fargo 7 out of 14 times for the atheist church. In the US, countless judges cite parents' atheism as justification for denying them custody of their own children. Pew Research indicates that atheists are among the most hated demographic, and one study found that people trusted atheists less than rapists. The United Church of Bacon needs to continue fighting for people's freedom to express themselves without fear of violence or losing their jobs, friends, and children. And we're ready to take that fight to the next level. By turning beloved magician and outspoken atheist Penn Jillette's former Las Vegas resort, the Slammer, into the world's largest atheist community center and building a freedom of expression wall out of bricks with your text on them, we will create an international symbol of freedom of expression and also keep out burglars. It will be a wedding venue for couples turned away by their churches, an event center for humanist groups, Sunday assembly, atheist talks, shows, conferences, and film screenings, a temporary refuge for people who have lost their homes because of their beliefs, a recording studio for Penn Sunday School and other secular recordings in order to send our message of love and free expression around the world. And it will be a visible hub for charity and kindness that will help advance secularism, because the data shows that when people know an atheist, atheist approval ratings skyrocket. Just as the Vatican provides infrastructure to advance Christian ideology worldwide, this Vatican will serve as a community resource for the interests of reason and those who wish to express themselves, but without the elaborate wardrobe. Actually, you want me with the elaborate wardrobe? Well, we gotta do this right now. Penn is offering a phenomenal deal on the Slammer, but if we can't raise the money, it will be torn down by developers. A rich historical architecture, gone forever. So whether you're a non-believer or anyone who believes people should be judged by the content of their character, not by their beliefs, join the campaign, express yourself on a brick, and help the United Church of Bacon make the world safer for people to express themselves freely without losing their jobs, their friends, or their families.
This is about 20 minutes southwest of terrible. But it's nearby, yes. And we would like to invite you guys to a party that we're going to be having. This is the first place I'm able to actually publicly invite people to the Slammer. We're planning, we just got the okay from Penn for October 25th at noon, so before the interfaith forum that day. We want to have a party at the Slammer where people can come. We're going to be live streaming Penn Sunday School. He's going to be there recording it while we're doing it. And just show the facility. See, you guys can come out and see the sort of thing that this can be for the community. And we're going to have a barbecue. We're still working out the details as far as how that's going to be a potluck, what we're going to do for donations. It's pretty much all up in the air. We just figured out that we were going to be announcing last night. So thanks for
Thank you, man.
Thank you.
Okay, next up we have our band who's going to give us a little Everybody get up.
We're all gonna sing along together. Wow.
Everybody sing along.
We all ready? I think we're ready. Here we go.
Come on, come on, come on. This comes from a show called Doctor Who that came out, this episode came out in 2008. For those of you that are not familiar with Doctor Who, it's the story of an alien. He travels time and space, he saves the world, usually with a companion of some kind to assist him. And in the clip we're about to watch, his companion, Donna, has gotten into just a little bit of trouble.
Oh, you're fascinating. No, but you're good. I can see a man, the most remarkable man. How did you meet him? You're supposed to tell me. I see the future. Tell me the past. When did your lives cross? It's so complicated. I ended up in a spaceship on my wedding day. Long story. But what led you to that meeting? All sorts of things. But my job, I suppose, it was on Earth. This planet called Earth, miles away. But I had this job as a temp. I was a secretary at a place called Lucy Clements. Sorry. It's the incense. Just breathe deep. This job feels like choices led you there. There was a choice 6 months before. Because the agency offered me this contract with Agency Clements. There was this other job. My mum knew this man.
Your old country. He runs that little photocopy business and he needs a secretary. I've got a job as a temp. This is permanent. It's 20,000 a year, Donna.
Agency Clements is in the city. It's nice. It's posh. So stop it. Your life could have gone one way or the other. What made you decide? I just said. But when was the moment? When did you choose?
It won't take long. Just turn right or pony. And Mr. Jarvis, this is it. Can introduce you.
I'm going left. If you don't like it, get out and walk.
If you turn right, you'll have a career, not just filling in.
You think I'm so useless?
Oh, I know why you want to job with MC Clements, maybe. Because you think you'll meet a man with lots of money and your whole life will change. Well, let me tell you, sweetheart, city executives don't need temps, except for practice.
Yeah, they have met me. You turn left. What if you turn right? What then? I got my hands. What if it changes? What if you go right? What if you could still go right? Stop it! What's on my back? What is it? What's on my back? Make the choice again, Donna Noble, and change your mind. Turn right. Turn right. Turn right. Turn right.
Let me tell you, sweetheart, city executives don't need temps, except for practice.
Yeah. Suppose you're right. Turn right. And never meet that man. Turn right. And change the world.
So the way that rest of the episode goes is that an evil creature steals her timeline. She turns right instead of left, and I won't spoil it. I'll say the rest at the end. So this much I know: our life is full of turn left moments or choices, decisions that can be very overwhelming and scary sometimes. I like to think that there are two types of turn left moments: the intentional and the unintentional. An intentional turn left moment being choosing to move to a new city, like many people who live in Las Vegas have, or choosing to take a new job. And unintentional turn left moments being being diagnosed with an illness or the death of a loved one. Life is full of turn left moments. And since this episode in 2008, I personally have tried to focus on those moments and embrace them.
really noticing that a turn left moment is happening is so important, because it's so easy to think, well, okay, so I gotta go over here, then I gotta go over there, and I gotta take care of this. Sometimes you need to slow down and notice that you are in the middle of a turn left moment, of a life-changing scenario, and then embrace those moments. I remember one time when I was in high school, my teacher told me, you know why drunks never get hurt in DUIs? Because they bounce, but the people they hit brace for the impact, and that turns a bruise into a break. Where the guy who's driving, he's drunk, he bounces, and he walks away. And I've always kept that in my mind. But instead of bracing for a turn left moment, why don't you just go with the flow? And then face your feelings. I know with unintentional left turn moments, it can be really scary. Someone's passed away, someone you've been diagnosed with an illness, and there is so much fear. I know when my parents passed away, there was a lot of, why me? Or this isn't fair. I don't understand why this has happened to me. And those questions, for me personally, don't change anything. They just led me in a spiral where I kept wondering why, instead of what can I do? And then community. I think that's also a thing that we struggle to do, to let people in. To say, you know what, I am going through a turn left moment right now. I am struggling, I need assistance. Let people in, open the door. So the rest of that episode, the way it goes is Donna's timeline has changed, and she never meets the doctor, the main character of the story. And because she never met the doctor has an opportunity to save the world, but he doesn't. He passes away. He's killed because he never met Donna. And that also doesn't end very well for the world because he was trying to save it. So I think it's just very important to notice when you're in a left turn moment, acknowledge it, embrace it, and do the best that you can. You just gotta ride, you gotta take your left turns. So, as the doctor would say, allons-y, which means let's go in French.
Thank you, Jane. That was awesome. And now we're going to have band come back up. Y'all know the chorus to this one, I think.
Yeah, we need help on this one, y'all.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody can.
This one's real
On
hard,
your
okay?
feet again.
Get on up. Get on up. Come on, stand on up. Get a little
Definitely.
loose.
The words are a little difficult.
I think
Ooga and then shaka. I know it's
Ooga.
Ooga. It's hard. But y'all can help us with this.
Are we ready for this?
Are you ready?
Featuring didgeridoo.
Ooga chaka, ooga, ooga, ooga chaka, ooga, ooga, ooga chaka, ooga, ooga, ooga chaka.
I can't stop this feeling deep inside me. Girl, you just don't realize what you mean. And you hold me in your arms so tight, let me know everything's alright. the president of the organization, and she is going to talk about love without agenda.
These apps are kind of hard to follow. I don't have an outfit change, but I'll remember that for next time. Maybe a cupcake system or something. Thank you guys so much for having me. I'm just going to share a little bit, start with a story of kind of that shows the value of the work that we do, and then share how we got into this, something we call our beautiful disaster. So we got a phone call in the middle of the night one night, and a woman was pregnant, a couple weeks pregnant, and she was in a domestic violence relationship, and the exact phone call was, I don't know who else to call, and I've seen you with cupcakes in my club, and you said that you can help me, and so can you help me? And so at that moment, my husband and I got into our vehicle, drove to her house, and we ended up changing the locks on her house that night, and sitting with her and one baby, and calming her down, and going through options of process for the health of her and the life of her child. And it turns out that a few weeks later, at the time she was 25 weeks old, she actually went into labor early due to some of the domestic violence and things happening. And so our team went to the hospital. Actually, we were taking her to a doctor's appointment at the time, and we were able to drive right her to the hospital, and they wanted to take the baby in C-section, and she had a 3%, the baby had a 3% chance of living. This woman was 24 years old and had no family in the community, and so we were there. We stood by her bedside, and the baby, they did emergency C-section, everything. The baby lived, but had to go through 3 heart surgeries for the next 2 months in the hospital. And so we stood by her bedside and just were there over and over and over for her as she went through this experience. When the baby was born, there was a couple-month period, and then she ended up going back to her abuser, and so we just stayed consistent and supported her. But it was a few months later that she called us again and said, I'm done with the abuse. I want to protect me and my daughter. Can you help me? And so we showed up with the police with a moving van and got all her stuff out of her apartment and moved her to California away from the city, and where she could start a new life, and prepped her and supported her and started a new life for her and her baby. And amazingly enough, this baby, 100% miracle, 3% chance of living, is alive. She's 4 years old today. The woman actually just finished cosmetology school in the top of her class, a dream that she had forever. And she was in a salon there and taking care of her child and living the life that her goals and dreams of living a healthy life, and living her dream of doing hair. So that's the heart of our organization. And so I get asked a lot, so the cupcake girls, so you guys bring cupcakes, and usually the word they use is to strippers. I don't understand. And why do they need money? They have tons of it. Like, I'm so confused about this mission and whatever. And so the heart of our organization is we provide resources and support to people working in the adult entertainment industry. And that includes the strip clubs in Las Vegas, the brothels legally all throughout Nevada, as well as the adult industry in porn and webcamming and any genre of the industry. And what we do is we provide that support completely non-judgmental and with love without agenda. And so our agenda is not, we want you out of the industry, we want to do this, we have no agenda. It's not a religious agenda or a political agenda or anything. It's just, we love, you are a valuable human being, you are loved and cared for, and how can we support you in your endeavors. And so we use cupcakes. We go in once a month to the areas of business, and then we bring our business cards with us along with the cupcakes, and just say, if you need anything, please give us a call. And the story that you heard are some of the calls we get. And then there's other calls of just peer support, and financial advising, and maybe substance abuse, and legal support, and medical and dental support. And those are just a few of the things that we provide. But we have a trained social worker on our team that actually was in the adult industry for 14 years, and so she can provide the peer-to-peer support that each individual needs with the background and knowledge of that. And we have many of us on our team that provide the same. So I get asked so much, so what do you have to do with that? Like, how did you get into this? And I always say, because of my hair, you might think I was an adult entertainer. It's not that. But I actually don't have a background with the adult industry. But my husband and I were living in Michigan about 6 years ago. And we came out to Vegas for the first time ever for vacation. And when we were here, the experience we had over that weekend was one that we